It's okay. All right. So I understand the last video of us pulling the motor, I didn't really do much explanation of what you all had to do in order to get it off, which, trust me, there's a lot more than what I actually did, because there's so much stuff. Like, if you still have the cab on and you're trying to pull the motor, there's way more stuff than what I had to do to take it off. So all I actually had to do, since the cab was already off, was undo the 2 motor mounts, and there's 3 bolts back there that the transmission, or the transfer case, my bad, transfer case bolted into. And now it's just sitting over here, kind of on its side, sitting on this tire. Another 3 bolts underneath here. Oh no, that's on your transmission. Okay, so it's on your transmission. But then there's only the 2 bolts, which is one right there. And then there's another one right on the other side of it. And I'd really like to do a compound setup right now since it's out, but speaking, there's so much stuff we are actually doing to this thing. I'm worried that any aftermarket mods could make it not run properly, because there's just so much stuff that we're changing. Like, there's a new cab, should all be the same wiring, but again, there's way more than simple stuff. So I didn't even notice these. These are gonna suck to take off, huh? Oh no, there's 1 bolt right there. Okay, maybe that'll be easy. Gotta take this off, gotta take these off, gotta take all these lines off. We did mess up this line a little bit, and I don't know if it's damaged now because of it. It worries me a little bit, but that transmission or transfer case, whatever got a hold of it, did not make it pretty. Gonna have to definitely take off this fuel tank, rear suspension, front suspension. I want to get all the lines off first before we do any of that. So I guess that's what we should start with, is just start with taking lines off, huh? Start setting stuff aside. You gotta take those 4 bolts off. So yeah, I guess that's what we're gonna start with. We're gonna do all the lines. These can stay in here because, quite frankly, I don't know how they come out, and the old stuff has it on it anyway. Rear suspension then's got to come off, which is going to be weird because it's got airbags on it. Fuel tank, nozzle for the fuel tank. Wow, there's a lot of stuff, huh? Yes, sir. That'll be fun. I think these will be pretty easy to take down. I think you can hold on to these. I don't know. Well, we're going to find out. There's another one in the back, but if so, that would be pretty easy. Just unbolt it and then lower it down. No drive shafts anymore, no motor. Everything will be really easy to clean up, though. It will get sandblasted and painted. Well, it's got nothing on it. So, definitely a time crunch. Will it be done by August? Can't guarantee it at this point anymore. Definitely would like it to be, but I can't promise that anymore. So, all right, I suppose let's hop right into this and see what we can actually accomplish. Got my phone already hooked up to the speaker. It is hot out. I'm gonna open up that rear door. Hopefully I get some airflow going through here, because it is just muggy. It's not like different states like Colorado where it's 90 degrees out but there's no humidity. It's 80 degrees out here and high humidity, and it just feels like it's 110 because it's just shitty. Just shitty. So I'll set you up somewhere and we will get started ASAP. All right, as you saw in that little bit of the clip, I got all the hard lines from here back out of there. Should probably keep you guys vertical because computers don't like to turn. Cool. So I got all the hard lines off. One more line that's got to come off is this one here, and then this one, which is the emergency brake, which is going to kind of suck. It's got to unattach somewhere, I would assume, because I don't know how the hell to get that out, to be honest with you. Fuel tank is out. It was a little bit easier than I was expecting. I got to deal with all these wires up here and hard lines, along with the other side. There's some nitpicks here and there. And then we'll probably take this off, and that'll be it for this episode probably, because the next episode will be shocks and suspension. Depending on where we're at, maybe I'll take off the shocks now. Then maybe I can let out the air in the airbags, and I'll show you something that you guys probably didn't know, but these leaf springs are completely shot in my truck. 100%, they're completely junk. Like, they don't work at all. When I first bought this truck, this truck was riding on the bump stocks that I got rid of. That's why I put airbags in to put it back to its rightful height. I definitely do need to replace these leaf springs, and I'm thinking about doing it. Depending on what's cheaper, depending on buying them airbags again, if that's cheaper, or if I should just buy leaf springs, because to be completely honest with you, I can't take this air kit out of this truck because it's actually was welded right there because the bolts broke on that one. So if I buy the kit again, I could redo the kit, which probably takes 2 hours to do, and it's like I think it's like $340. So depending, if it costs more, buy leaf springs, 2 new leaf springs, then I'm just going to buy the kit. And if it's cheaper to do the leaf springs, I'll buy the leaf springs, because quite frankly, I'll just take these leaf springs out and use them on the other truck if I can buy the kit cheaper, because I'm trying to save money. And it's all going to go away anyway, because I'm going to do a Kelderman air suspension anyway. Front, I'm not going to touch. I'm literally just going to unbolt it from the frame, and I'm going to try to leave as much intact as possible to try to keep everything where it is. The only thing I'm going to really have to take off, I'm thinking, is either this bolt, or if I can just take this assembly off altogether, because it's not attached to anything. So I'm thinking if I take that entire assembly off itself and just leave it, I'd be better off. I'll probably have to take the sway bar off. That stabilizing shock in there is probably junk, so I'm going to replace that. Probably replace all the shocks all the way around if I have enough time. Literally just trying to get this frame gutted as fast as possible, because it's got to go up and get to the frame shop so they can take this front section right here forward and put it on the new frame, and they can get it sandblasted and painted quick, and then I get it back and I got to reassemble everything. Which, I mean, it's gonna be tight push. I just realized that some people can modify these wiring harnesses, so I'm gonna see if someone can just extend that 4 feet, literally 4 feet flat, just extend it with wires, because I think that's about how much longer it's gonna be with this truck from where it will be all the way to the rear. So about 4 feet longer, and then we just plug everything back in, and that should work perfectly fine. So. And then all I got to worry about is hard lines. I already figured out a fuel system that we're going to do. We're just going to do a fast, either 150 or 90, depending on which one I want to do right away. I know I was talking about doing mods of the motor. And just to be honest with you, I want to get the fast system out of the way, because I'm going to have to extend these fuel lines somehow. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to extend them anyway, because I got to do a fuel return line. I'm going to see if I can figure out a bypass for that somehow. But otherwise, there's a hole somewhere in the side of the block here that the line goes to instead. I think I got to take this off, and it's right about there or so. And then for the fuel return line, I'm going to see if I can just get a different AM fitting and delete this completely off the truck. It'd look way nicer, and I think it'll work a lot better. That's a darn mosquito biting my leg. I'm sweating like a pig out here. It is hot, it's humid. Got the door open, doesn't do much. I wish I had a fan. Tristan hooked me up, never mind. But yeah, so we're gonna just keep plugging away and try to get as much as possible off this thing because it's just gotta get going, man. Just gotta get going. Anyway, let's keep going.